So, Jim, Dirty Harry or Deathstalker 2, which of these two films do you prefer?
Dude, it's a tough one because I like them both for like different reasons, obviously.
This is way tougher than it should be. I'll admit that myself. I think you and I are on the same page here.
Yeah, you know what? And I might just have to go with Deathstalker 2 because that's what this podcast is all about. You know what I mean? Dirty Harry's
I mean, it doesn't have to be. We're all about genuinely good movies, too.
Yeah, and Dirty Harry is a genuinely fantastic movie with so much to offer.
Yeah, it's up there with, like, The Terminator and King Kong, like some of the best movies we've covered, right?
Yeah.
Deathstalker 2 isn't, but
no,
it's
Deathstalker
good
2
for
is.
its own reasons.
But yeah, I think it's just such a pleasure to watch, and everybody should see Deathstalker 2.
Let me ask you a question. Do you agree with me that Deathstalker 2 is superior to Deathstalker 1? Completely different movie, completely different tone, everything about it, but do you agree that it's more entertaining?
Yeah, it's more entertaining. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd. I'm a big old sword and sorcery loser. I like Deathstalker 1, but how can you not like Deathstalker 2?
Right.
So how about you,
Patrick? I mean, it's yeah, well, I'm going to go with Dirty Harry, but...
And I understand it.
It's closer than it should be. It's closer than it has any right to be. Dirty Harry is just an awesome movie. It really is one of my favorites. I think it's amazing. I think that character is so entertaining. I think Eastwood's performance really brings him to life. Scorpio is an incredible villain. Mm-hmm. He's terrifying. He is insane. He pays someone to beat the shit out of him. It's just awesome. Like, all of that cat and mouse between Harry and Scorpio is just amazing. Deathstalker 2 is awesome, but it can't hold a candelabra to Dirty Harry, really. You know, but no, I mean, it's good. I would watch both of these movies, you know, tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, again, like, I love them that much. But yeah, that's Dirty Harry I do just prefer. It's just one of my favorites.
It's a true classic, and like I said, it's a fantastic movie.
So, Jim, how do you think Dirty Harry and Deathstalker 2 stacks up as a double feature?
Well, you know, we could say something, or I could say something about how the absurdity of the life that Clint Eastwood leads, or his morals that are present in, or not present in Dirty Harry.
Talking about Clint Eastwood or the character?
The character. The morality of Dirty Harry, and the absurdity of what he does as part of a police force. We could compare that to the just genuine absurdity of Deathstalker 2. But I feel like this both works and doesn't work as a double feature.
Gun to your head, works or doesn't?
I'm going to have to say doesn't, but that's only because Dirty Harry's too fucking cool. And, like, too serious. Like, there's, like, some genuinely funny scenes in Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
But
it's a serious movie. The movie's taking itself seriously. It's about, you know, not common issues. Well, I guess police brutality is a common issue, but specifically with the serial killer stuff, maybe not common issues, but real life issues. And Deathstalker 2 is about clones and
sorcery.
Gabrielle being hot,
yeah.
and
then
zombies for 30 seconds. What was that about? Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you have, like, this cold... Like, it just feels so real, like this cold, hard reality almost of watching this poor dead girl being pulled out of a pit in the ground. And then you have all this stupid stuff in Deathstalker 2. It's just kind of hard to float those two together. So I guess I'll have to say it doesn't stack up.
I'm going to say this is good. And here's the thing where I wouldn't say this was... And it's not just because I didn't like the first Deathstalker. I wouldn't say this is a good double feature if you go from Dirty Harry to the first Deathstalker, even if I liked that movie. Because the tone is so dark and gritty in the first one, and then the second one is just kind of like a dark, miserable, rapey movie. But this one, Deathstalker 2, is this like bright and cheery and like jovial movie, and it's like it's kind of a needed cleansing after Dirty Harry. As much as I love that movie, that is like a brutal watch.
Yeah.
And Deathstalker 2 is just, it doesn't take anything seriously, and I think it's refreshing. And yeah, it's a completely different movie, but I do think, you know, in different ways than Clint Eastwood, I think the John Turlesky hero of Deathstalker is just so fun and classic, and, you know, I don't know. I think it works a lot better than it should. I'm all about this double feature. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, now see, like, for somebody like me, I want to wallow in the misery of Dirty Harry. You know,
That's fine.
So I'd want to watch something as like equally as miserable, like Soylent Green for the second feature or something. You know, like a totally miserable, ugly, disgusting
Taxi Driver.
Something, you know. But I totally see where you're coming from, and I respect your opinion because I'm that close. I'm holding my fingers close together in front of my microphone. I'm that close to siding with you.
That's fair. I mean, listen, it's not a conventional double feature by any means, but I enjoy it. I love both movies, and they're completely entertaining for different reasons, but I think one of them weirdly complements the other just by being its like polar opposite almost.
Yeah.